he's on his way. So when he does get here, there might be a little interruption in the program. He's going to say something, and then we'll go back to what we're doing. We're going to have 2 speakers. We're going to have a tribute, and then we'll have the open mic. The first person on the open mic will be Ed Curry, just so that you know. I'll have the open mic sheet up here, and I ask that everyone who comes up, if you could just read the name of the person under you so that they can then come on up. Okay. All right, well, I think most of you know my name is Peaches, but for those of you who don't, I would like to welcome you to Barnes & Noble and to Ken Siegelman's Brooklyn Poetry Open Mic. As we all know, as you all know, we're all here in this space at this moment because of Ken Siegelman, because of his poetry, because of his heart, because of his love. He was appointed Brooklyn Poet Laureate by Brooklyn Borough President Marty Markowitz, and he took the title seriously. He opened up poetry to the community, and he gave poets the venue they deserved. I was honored to have worked with him and extremely pleased to see you all here tonight, honoring this very special man. And though Ken is not here with us in the physical sense, we feel his presence all around. Through poetry, we learned that words can make a difference, and through Ken's life, his work, and his actions, he demonstrated that people make the most important difference of all. I'd like to acknowledge Ken's beloved family, his wife Pearl, his daughters Tara and Karen, his present and future sons-in-law, Forrest and Eddie, his grandchildren, Brooke, Matthew, and Rachel, and his sister Mona. So, and right now, I'd like to introduce you to his daughter, Karen.
On behalf of my sister, my mom, everyone else in my family, I really just want to thank you all for coming and sharing the feelings we do when the name Ken Siegelman is mentioned. When I wrote this poem, I wrote it for his funeral, and I always knew that I had some poetry within me. Never could I compare myself to my father, but I think this pretty much says what he's about. The title is Ken Siegelman's Way, and it says, "You always said the pain you felt was unimaginable, and those who heard you made wistful glances as they too were afraid to share your pain, but knew that you have been the martyr of pain for most. You were born within a realm of uncertainty, and those who doubted tried to chastise with disapproval, like disapproving parents with their first bout of childhood discipline. You heard them, but followed your voice of pain that kept you strong, that made you experience more than most, and led you down the beaten path to the road of redemption. You, in the eyes of many, may not have had a single pulpit on which to preach, but through your own voice you became the pulpit to many, sharing their dreams and nightmares of turning our suffering to peace. We turn to you on your day of rest and thank you endlessly of the unimaginable becoming a reality for us to live comfortably in life." Now I'm going to introduce his sister Mona.Avi. Good evening.
Good evening.
For those of you who I've not had the pleasure of meeting, I am Ken's sister. And I'm also vertically challenged, so I would like to say that although it took a lifetime for Ken and I to come together, the time that we shared together will just live on in my heart forever. And I'm going to read a poem to you that actually he wrote for me. And I'm going to try to follow as best I can in his footsteps by giving it the emotion that he would have given it. The name of the poem is called Directional Abstractions, and he dedicated it to me. It's best that I shoulder into dawn with my backside tracking, with the maple's moss behind, peering at my neck and thighs. We indoctrinate our memories with a mixture of experience, testifying that the moss is winter's sweater to the prevailing snow, swirling to quicken the pace of leaving here and going there. I've long been haunted by the bitter walk back home, when the wind tweezes my bare face, and if I brace to widen in my scarf and hat, with sentences you seeded with my thoughts while making coffee, as misleading as numbing blasts of February's air, nags at me for things I should have said to trance your cooking supper of tasting pepper without salt. Something like the insulated trick of lining shaking window panes with undulated rolls of old newspapers. Oh, things like that catalyst connections, which I know I failed to make by simple talk. Yet, in that talk, I know germinates an aura of personality to domino suppositions of what I'd wish to let you know, that some things make us special. Mother economicated brutes when shopping on the avenue by memorizing turns and corners. Father's world was free-handed on the Last Supper napkin with doodled schematics of where the copper wires branched off in windows on tomorrow's job. I saw the world in all their maps, erasing any complicated curve or corner. Only in my search for you, Mona, did my thoughts freeze in place, with a growing understanding that you were east or west of a prime meridian I never understood in school, as evasive and as mystifying as tracing lines of longitude, bewildered by the endless maze which textbook labeled as lines of latitude. In a vortex across miles measured as kilometers, even when pioneers got lost in finding the very places where gold was pebbled on California river banks and steeps of Montana wheat billowed in the morning light. Moving men to right of heaven, I can leave you with the moss and hope you'll remember me, as well as the one who pointed to the north and the one who alerted you at dawn, to the palm of rainy, springy afternoons riding on the westerlies, always a stop or two away from home, a full week after I'm gone, still mystified by how the prime meridian would have to be to fly above the equator.